Welcome to today's episode of Smart Money, Dumb Mistakes. In this segment, we're diving into a hot topic, the highlights of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act versus the new proposed nicknamed the One Big Beautiful Bill by Donald Trump. Key questions. What did TCJA actually do for taxpayers? What parts are about to expire? And what's in this new bill that can, shake things up even more in our economy? Well, we'll break it all down. We'll highlight some of the major summaries and key impacts. And with your financial future in mind, let's get into it. So the TCJA of 2017 did a number of things. It lowered individual and corporate tax rates. So in summary, it reduced tax rates for individuals and slashed the corporate tax rate from 35% to 21%. It doubled the standard deduction. It increased the standard deduction to reduce taxable income for most filers, which in many cases simplified the tax filing process. It limited SALT, or state and local tax deductions. It capped the deduction for state and local taxes at $10,000, affecting high tax rate states. Then there's the bonus depreciation for businesses. It allowed businesses to immediately deduct 100% of qualified asset purchases to stimulate investment. And then finally, the sunset provisions begin 2025. Keep that in mind. Many individual tax cuts are set to expire on December 31st of 2025, unless extended by new legislation. That new legislation is called that One Big Beautiful Bill. This morning, I caught a segment on CNN, and I saw where Donald Trump was about to go into congressional meetings to discuss the bill and to, do their political banter and give and takes to try to get this legislation passed. So let's talk a little bit about the One Big Beautiful Bill proposal and what it's going to do. So it will extend the TCJA benefits. So it will seek to continue the key provisions from the 2017 tax reform beyond their scheduled expiration date. So in essence, much of the TCJA will remain intact. It proposes new middle class cuts. It will introduce additional tax relief aimed specifically at middle income households. It will make the expiring provisions permanent. I'm hearing 2028 being tossed around a bit, maybe for certain ones, but in essence, it will eliminate the sunset dates, locking in tax cuts and deductions for the long term. Revisions to estate and capital gains taxes. The One Big Beautiful Bill will adjust thresholds and rates to provide more favorable treatment for inherited and investment income. And it will also target small business relief. So it will offer expanded deductions, credits, and tax incentives for small and pass-through businesses like partnerships and S corporations. Now let's talk about a little bit of the reflection moment here. The contrast between the TCJA and the proposed One Big Beautiful Bill legislation highlights the evolving nature of tax policy and its direct impact on everyday Americans and businesses. While the TCJA introduced sweeping short-term benefits, its temporary provisions create a lot of uncertainty. The proposed bill aims to provide stability in making those benefits permanent and expanding relief, particularly for middle class and small businesses. As these legislative shifts unfold, it's a reminder to stay informed and adaptable, because that's essential for effective financial and tax planning. So here's my expert tip for today. When evaluating tax policy changes like the TCJA or the proposed One Big Beautiful Bill, focus on how expiring provisions could impact your personal or business tax liability after 2025. Proactively consult a tax professional to adjust for long-term planning, especially if you're relying on deductions, credits, and certain rates that may disappear or change. So that will wrap up our look at the Tax Cut and Jobs Act versus the proposed One Big Beautiful Bill. Whether you're a taxpayer trying to plan ahead or a business owner navigating shifting regulations, understanding these changes is key to making smart money decisions. Remember, tax laws don't stay the same, and neither should your strategy. If you found this segment helpful, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who needs to stay ahead of the curve. For personalized tax planning or financial consulting, contact me directly, Dr. Tanya. I'm here to help you level up your money game. Until next time, stay informed, stay ready, and as always, make smart money moves and avoid the dumb mistakes. That's it for today. Have a great evening. Bye.